From the cosmic universe, I believe, straight into action figure form, we get a new Beta Ray figure from Diamond Select Toys, and Beta Ray Bill looking regal, majestic, and ready to take names and chew bubblegum. And he's all out of bubblegum. This is a wonderful figure. I can't stress enough how cool this guy looks. This may be, as we close in on the year 2022, figure of the year. I'm thoroughly impressed with this guy. He does have a share of problems, but overall, he's a fun action figure indeed. So let's go ahead and break down Articulation and take it from there. Starting first with the head, we are going to notice some issues with head movement because of the headdress thing on top. I forget what it's called. You get some side to side, but once again, because of how big that sculpt is, it does hinder it somewhat. He doesn't really look back that much, and he looks down just a little bit more. In terms of the arms, we're going to touch upon the arms a little later on, but with the shoulder pads on, that's about as much movement as you're going to get. In terms of the arms, the hand rotates and hinges like so. And then for the the forearm, we get a single bend at the elbow due to a hinge and rotation like so. And then we get a bicep cut that rotates like that. So yeah, decent enough. The Articulation hounds are going to be upset as usual, but it works. Rotation on the upper body, a little bit side to side. He's just so dang big and bulky. He does have waist rotation, but you're really not going to get a lot of movement forward or back. So be prepared as you watch more reviews throughout the coming weeks. You're going to be like, why doesn't it go so far? I don't know. I didn't make the toy. In terms of the legs, he can do the splits. He can kick forward. He can go back ever so slightly. He does have a thigh cut that works pretty well. That definitely helps with movement. Single bend at the knee. A little disheartening, but it works. I mean, it works. And then as far... and we have rotation at the hinge there, just so you guys know. And then we have the foot that goes down and up, like so. It rocks side to side, but because of the design of the boot, that does hinder it somewhat. And then peg holes on the bottom. Now, in terms of the design of the character itself, I'm not familiar with this design for Beta Ray Bill. I'm used to a more classic version. I don't know where everybody else stands. Let me know in the comments, do you like this look, or were you wanting something more classic? As far as the head goes, he's yelling and screaming or telling a funny joke. I do wish he had an alternate head that just wasn't so violent and angry, maybe just something more calm and relaxed. But the helmet's done really well. The headdress part is done really good. The problem is it's just too dang big. I get it, it's flamboyant, it's loud, but I could have done with this being just a little bit smaller. I don't know if that's representative of the source material or not, but it's there for me to point out. In terms of the upper body, we got a lot of nice paint going on here, a lot of nice sculpting work. One thing I will say, Diamond Select did not shy away on paint on this guy, and it's nice to see. And I figure that was $30 plus some tax. Then, of course, we got the cape with the nice folds. I'll talk about that more in a bit. But his gauntlets look good, or his arms / gloves, gauntlets, I don't know what you want to call them. The tone in the skin does break up a little bit with the hinge, so be aware of that. I mean, I don't know what else to say. And then we get to the back. His boots are done really well. As you can see, there's the bottom of the cape. I probably cut this at the wrong angle to talk about the feet, but it's the feet. His boots are done really well. They're classic yet modern. They have that Thor flair to them, and they came out really good. I definitely dig this lower body on Beta Ray Bill. And then as for the cape, it is a hard, and I mean hard plastic. It looks good, but yeah, I mean, this guy definitely would have benefited from maybe some soft goods. Not that Diamond does too much soft goods. One thing I wanted to point out that I discovered by accident here is you can actually remove the cape. Now, do this at your own risk, but These pegs do come out. I don't know if they're meant to come out, but they do come out. And so I'm going to just try to pop these off here. I'm going to try to make this as fast as possible for you guys. Not screwing anything up here. So we'll see what happens. And then just remove the cape like so. Really no issues there. And as you can see, my arm pad things have already fallen off. So we had a technical difficulty. I do apologize. I knocked over a whole bunch of things taking it off. As you can see, the shoulder pads came off of this guy. There's a little paint scuffage on the back of one of them. But they are removable unless these weren't glued in. Once again, do at your own risk. I just wanted to point it out. But yeah, I mean, there he is without a shoulder pad. So real quick here, as you can see, I plugged the pins back in, just the parts for the cape, and then I put the cape back on. But his range of motion increased very much, so much so that a Marvel Legends collector went, "Oh my god, it's amazing!" But yeah, I mean, I like this look. This looks really good. Let me know what you think. So yeah, let's talk about accessories. He's got the cool hammer effect thing that we saw with the Thor previously, just with Beta Ray's hammer, of course. And then we got the hammer by itself. So I'm going to talk about that for a moment, and then we'll get ready to wrap things up. We'll do a size roundup and whatnot. So the paint on this is really good. The handle's really nice. It's a soft, pliable rubber plastic material. It looks really good. He can hold it in his hand. His hand's a little stiff, so you may want to heat it up or, you know, soften it up somehow. But he can hold it by the handle or by the strap, and it looks pretty good. And then as for the swoosh effect hammer, it pegs into his wrist. His wrist is a lot, or his hand, the wrist is a lot heavier, so it holds it better than I think on the Thor figure. And you can even rotate it around, which I'll demonstrate here right now. Look, woo, spinning around. Pretty cool effect, right? I dig it. What say you? And here's a size roundup with some Marvel Select figures. Venom, Hulk, Thor, Beta Ray Bill, Spider-Man, Planet Hulk, and Titanium Man. It gives you a good size roundup of how these guys stack with one another. He's a big, big figure. And then, of course, here he is with various other action figure lines. Mattel, Hasbro, Mattel again, Super 7, Mezco, NECA, McFarlane, Storm, and Mythic Legions. I think I covered most of them. I don't have any SH Figuarts or Mafex. Overall, I like this guy. I think he is worth every single penny. The paint apps are great. The articulation works for the most part. You remove those shoulder pads, things start working out a lot better for you. I know the articulation's hounds of justice will find ways to nitpick this guy, but I feel Marvel Select's more of a standalone line. Me and a friend were discussing it, and we're kind of both same mindset. Let me know what you think. But yeah, pick it up if you can, and thank you so much for stopping by. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun jazz, and take care, everyone. Until we meet again, great googly moogly.